Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today in front of you is a pretty exciting release from Spinnaker Watch Company, and this is their new 1000 meter automatic dive watch with a Swiss movement. Probably their most expensive, but probably their most, high quality watch. I can really say that from a first person perspective. I'm right here with the watch. This is definitely probably their best, their best built watch, and some of the best it has some of the best specifications you'll find out of any of these Spinnaker watches, hence the price point of 1,350 US dollars. It does come with some pretty extensive packaging as well, and it's a very nice watch, but you are paying more, and that's up to you, of course. You can always use the discount code WA20 to save 20% on any Spinnaker watch as usual. And so that'll knock a bunch of money off of this one, of course, with the price tag of $13.50. But you are paying more and you are getting more as well in terms of quality and specifications. Let me show you the box. So as you can see, the box, it's a nice Peli box in a cardboard box. And it really feels nice. It really feels a bit more luxurious than usual, I'd say, and it should at that price point. Inside comes a nice leather pouch. Kind of reminds me of the Breitling pouches, which is pretty cool out of leather. And then usually you would get the rubber strap. For some reason this unit did not come with a rubber strap. It is also a limited edition watch, so you will get a limited edition number, which is behind the card right there. And yeah, you get a spring bar tool. You get a nice little card slot with your warranty and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's a nice little Peli box with some nice accessories. But you are paying more, like I said. Now let's see what's on my wrist today, and then we'll dig a little deeper into the watch. On my wrist today is the Oceanica Manta Ray. This is a prototype watch, as you can see. Well, it is basically one-to-one of the original one that will be produced. This one is live on Kickstarter with about 4 days left, and it's just a really nice watch powered by a 9015 Miyota movement with all the goodies: sapphire, BGW9, applied markers, ceramic, and 2 straps, 200 meter rated. Just a really cool watch. I did review this one, but I'm still wearing it. But yeah, definitely a great deal on Kickstarter for $319 US shipped to your door. Let's get back to the Spinnaker now. So here in front of you is the new Spinnaker Mille, hence 1,000 meters. This watch can go 1,000 meters diving. Not that many of you are going to be diving to 1,000 meters, not really past 100 meters, not even 100 meters. But just goes to show you what they can do nowadays with today's technology. It also does feature a helium escape valve on the left side of the watch as well. So yeah, 1,000 meters. So obviously it's going to be a bit bigger. It's going to be a bit thicker. You do have that 1,000 meters of water resistance. And yeah, some basic specifications. Obviously we have a solid 316L stainless steel case. Interesting case-shaped design here. The crown sits very nicely inside those lug guards, as you can see there. It is signed as well with the logo. Highly polished on the sides. The finishing is very good on this watch, I must say. And then flipping to the other side of the watch, as you can see here, we do get full high polish with the helium escape valve. The tops of the lugs and the bracelet are not highly, I should say, brushed. And as you can see, we get a nice new bracelet, which we haven't seen before from Spinnaker, which is actually really nice. Nice solid end links as well. This is an H-link style bracelet, polished on the sides and brushed on the top portions. And we'll get more into the clasp in a little bit there. Now let's start off with some basic dimensions, and I'll tell you the size of this thing. Now coming in at 44 millimeters across, obviously it's bigger than your typical 40 or 42 dive watch, but you gotta remember, there are people out there with big wrists, like 7 or 8 inch wrists, that need a bigger watch. They can't wear 40 millimeter watches. It just kind of looks dumb on their wrist. So, this is maybe for someone like that. In terms of lug to lug, we're looking at 52 millimeters. Case thickness, 15 millimeters, which is really not that bad. And this watch does have some nice weight to it, I must admit. It kind of feels like I would say Breitling weight, if you know what I'm talking about. The dial itself, this is the black dial, as you can see here, which is really, really nice and very detailed. As you can see all those little dots going near the chapter ring. Those are all loomed, as well as the empty Mercedes hand. The nice sword hand as well in a kind of gilt gold color, as well as Swiss movement down at the 6 o'clock position. We do have a Cyclops over the date. I don't really mind that. You can see kind of where the design language does come from. Obviously this is not a homage watch, because if you look at it, it doesn't really look like a homage watch, but we do have a Cyclops. Just because you put a Cyclops on a watch doesn't mean it's a Rolex homage, right? We do have Spinnaker applied in that gold color very neatly. If you can see on a macro level, it is very neat, very nicely cut. We do have 1,000 meters printed in red. We kind of like that bullseye or cross eye over here, so you can see going across in a goldish tone as well. All the markers' hands are fully loomed, as well as the 120 click bezel, which is really nice. The loom is actually really potent on this one. And the crown as well, a little close up there. It is screwed down for that 1,000 meters of water resistance. You get a very nice bezel, a sapphire crystal anti-reflective coating as well. The bezel does line up to the 12 o'clock position, as you can see right there. It has some pretty good bezel action also. And the loom features two different colors. We'll get more into that when I get you a nice loom shot towards the end of the video. But as you can see here, let's test the bezel action. So here we go. Very nice clicks, very solid. So the bezel action is pretty good. A little play, nothing really major. But as you can see, everything does line up to that 12 o'clock position. Now inside of this watch is the Sellita SW200, a Swiss-made movement, which is automatic. Of course, we get hand winding, we get hacking, we get about a 40 or 38 hour power reserve. They are pretty accurate. This run is running at about plus 3 seconds a day, which is very good. You know, it's not a COSC certified watch or anything like that. So, you know, very good on the accuracy on this model. I'm not saying your model will have that accuracy, but let's unscrew the crown. Very easy to grip. Nice solid pop out, really nice crown. You can wind it, which is actually really smooth. And then we get one position to pull out for a quick set date. As you can see, I'll set it to 1. Final position is your hacking position, and we can change the time here. Very legible dial, very nice. And we'll set it to 10:10 here. Let me go over there to 10. And yeah, it's just really a pleasure to screw in and screw out. Very easy, very well secured as well by these nice crown guards. It really sits flush perfectly in there, which is really nice. Now the actual bezel itself is polished, and it's a sapphire bezel, as well as the crystal, which actually sits a little above the bezel, as you can see there, which looks pretty cool. Now getting into the bracelet, we have a nice bracelet here with solid, pretty thick end links here, in an H-link style. And yeah, just a really solid bracelet, very fluid, very nice. It is using pins, not screws. That's something to keep in mind if you're a fanatic over using screws over pins. Doesn't really bother me. Now, something new which Spinnaker has not done before is actually used a ratcheting dive extension clasp. So this clasp here, as you can see, it opens up to a nice milled clasp with the Spinnaker logo. And then you get this button here. As you can see, there's the two buttons to open and close. And you get this ratcheting extension, which is actually seen in a lot of smaller micro brands nowadays. And it's basically a walking dive extension. You can adjust it on the go. It's very useful. You also get 1, 2, 3 micro adjustments, but pretty solid clasp. It feels good. You know, for the size of the watch, I think it fits nicely in proportions, as you can see. Some micro brands, they'll take like a 12 millimeter thick watch and they'll put this clasp on it, and it just looks horrible. I'm sorry. You know, this should really belong on a watch that's like 15 millimeters thick, which I think Spinnaker was really waiting for to do that, because they probably knew the proportions would look good on that. Anyway, the case back is pretty nice. Raised embossing of 1000 Spinnaker. Seems they're really proud of that. Just some basic specifications: stainless steel, sapphire crystal, etc. And yeah, pretty much brushed all around on the case back, screwed down, very simple. Heading straight into the loom shot, this thing is a loom monster. As you can see, we get a nice mixture of Swiss loom here. We get blue color on the hands, we get the loomed bezel, we get loomed markers as well, and it's really potent. I mean, it's really good loom. I've never seen loom from Spinnaker like this before, in such, it's very evenly applied. You can see the little lollipop tip in a nice blue color, which looks really cool next to the green as it's sweeping around the dial there. And I would say the bezel is very nicely loomed as well. Usually bezels are not as bright as the markers on the dial or the hands, but this one is quite potent. As you can see, this one takes quite a while to fade out, and this is one that will last the night. Now, if you had a 6.5 inch wrist like me, this is how the watch would look. The bracelet's actually really quite comfortable. I probably prefer it on the rubber strap just because the overall weight is a little heavy, for me at least. I do have a small 6.5 inch wrist, but as you can see at 52, it kind of curves down there, and it fits nicely across my wrist. It is a little thick, as you can see. It is a 1,000-meter dive watch, so it's going to be thicker than your average 200-meter dive watch. But it looks really nice. I like that black dial, and especially that nice bezel, which is really glossy. And it looks really luxurious. It looks very luxurious for the price. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It fits nice on my wrist. Definitely a really extreme kind of tough watch. This thing feels extremely tough. You can throw this off a mountain and it probably would survive. So furthermore, guys, what do I think of this watch? I mean, it's a very nice watch. It's Spinnaker, and they're a pretty reputable company. I guess they're trying to go a little bit more upscale for a limited edition release, see where their customers are at if they want something like this. And they did a good job. You have the nice H-link bracelet. You have the 1,000 meters crazy water resistance rating with the helium escape valve. You're getting a sapphire crystal. You're getting great lume. You're getting a wonderful bezel action, great crown action, really nice handset, very detailed dial and bezel, great lume. You're really getting everything you want, and in a very nice presentation as well. I think it's a very nice looking watch. I think they did a very good job on this release, and there was no quality control issues. And at this price, I don't really think there should be, even though there is in even more expensive watches. But yeah, I think they did a pretty cool job on this watch. They added the extension, which a lot of people probably really want. Yeah, it just looks really nice with the Spinnaker logo here. Yeah, I think they did a good job on this watch. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. Of course, Spinnaker has much more affordable options. I'm going to be reviewing the Bradner on a beads of rice bracelet, which is actually a really affordable option with some decent quality, but you're not going to get quality like this on those watches. You're not paying as much. You're paying a quarter of the price. So, when you pay more, you expect better quality, and you do get better quality usually, or at least on this watch from Spinnaker. But yeah, I think it's a cool watch. If you have the wrist size for it, if you want a big chunky diver, I would say go for it. I think you'll be pretty happy. They did a good job on this one. But yeah, you can definitely use the code WA20, and that will save you 20% and get you free international shipping on this watch or any other watch on the website. I'll drop a link down in the description below. Let me know what you guys think. As usual, definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.